What's up, everyone? We're at the end of 2021 and I was able to make A class in carry optics with my Walther Q5 steel frame. So today we're going to be going over my equipment choices, red dot choices, upgrades to the Walther, and my journey to A class. Now keep in mind that everyone's journey in USPSA to whatever class they want to get to is going to be a little bit different. It's going to depend on, your training schedule, how many matches you go to, and of course your equipment choices. So let's go over my journey to A class with the Walther Q5 steel frame. All right, so I started using the Walther Q5 steel frame in July, and by November I had made A class. I had did 7 matches with it, and the 7th match was a classifier match, which has 6 classifiers. So in total I shot around 13 classifiers, and I think 2 of those had reshoots. So within 4 months, within 13 classifiers, I was able to get to A class. But prior to that, I actually did my first USPSA match with carry optics in December 2019, which was a complete disaster.
I think red dot's out. Red dot, where are you? Red dot's out, that's great.
I was using my Walther PPQ with a Vortex Venom on it, and I figured, you know what, I had it all sighted in, and I would go to a match and I would just put the dot on the target and I would be ready to go.
God damn it.
I was not ready to go. So that was a complete disaster. So that was my first time shooting carry optics. Kind of put it aside for a while because I was shooting limited exclusively almost in the 2020 season. So I bought a Walther Q5 steel frame in 2020 and it had a DPP on it, and so I started using that for carry optics practice.
Alright, see the hit. What's the times?
You shot the wrong 2 targets.
No, I said the fucking... Okay, look. 3 A's, motherfucker. No, 2 A's in a C. 2 A's. 2 A's in a C. And 2 C's.
And a C.
3 C's. Well, that's on the line.
And I also had a Shadow 2 slide cut with a DPP on that as well.
That's it. 1.64.
So I was going back and forth between practicing with the Shadow 2 with the DPP and the Walther Q5 steel frame with the DPP, and it just felt like I wasn't ready, so I just continued to shoot limited all throughout 2020. Then in early 2021, I think it was in March, they made the USPSA rules changes where you could have your mag pouches and holster wherever you wanted on the belt. So it actually kind of mimicked my limited rig, where my muscle memory of grabbing magazine pouches was in the front. So after that rules change in March 2021, I decided to try the Shadow 2 and carry optics, and that also did not go so well. So after that second match in carry optics, I was trying to reevaluate what was going wrong with me shooting matches in carry optics. And I found that the DPP with their 2.5 MOA was just too small. So I sold my Shadow 2 slide with the DPP, pulled off the DPP off of my Walther Q5 steel frame, and I was doing research to try and find the right dot for me, and I saw the SIG Romeo 3 XL. Thought that the 6 MOA dot as well as the window size was probably a little bit better because the DPP window was way too small for me, and I did not like the 2.5 MOA. So after I had decided on the SIG Romeo 3 XL, it was kind of a matter of which platform I was going to shoot. I had already put a lot of time in trying to make the Walther Q5 steel frame work with the DPP, so I had enough trigger time with that to kind of want to go that route. So I decided in the middle of the year that it was a good time to transition from limited major to shooting carry optics, as opposed to waiting till 2022 like most other people would have. There were a couple of factors in this decision. The first being that I could not find powder for my limited major loads, and I had plenty of powder for 9mm. So it was either shooting production, limited minor or carry optics, and since I've been practicing with the Walther Q5 steel frame for carry optics for the past year, and I finally found a red dot that I wanted to shoot, carry optics seemed like the most obvious choice, as well as the recent rule change allowing the magazine pouches and holsters being placed wherever you want it. So the first match I did with the Walther and the Romeo 3 XL was at the end of July on the opening weekend of the G.I. Joe Origins Snake Eyes movie.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by! If you're done, unload and choke clear. I see clear. Slide forward hammer holster. We're clear. Time 1022.
1022.
Good hits.
2 alpha, alpha Charlie. 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha.
So after that match, I was a little more confident in my carry optics abilities. The 6 MOA dot was much easier to find in the larger window in the Romeo 3 XL. So I went practicing some more, and I took it back for another match the following month. And then from then on, I just decided to shoot carry optics exclusively for the rest of 2021.
Shooter, you can make ready.
Cobra ready!
Stand by. Alright, when you're done, show clear. Clear, hammer down. Holster, time 8.93. Quarter of an inch.
Are you ready? Stand by.
What is that?
If finish, unload and show clear. If clear, hammer down holster. Range is clear. Time 356.
So then after shooting 6 matches, I was right on the cusp of reaching A class. I was like a little over 74%, and then I just needed one good classifier to get me to the 75% for A class. And then there was a classifier match at the end of November, which obviously is 6 classifiers, and I only needed one. So I was actually thinking, well, did I want to kind of, only shoot one good classifier maybe in December or early 2022? Or did I want to go for it and shoot the classifier match and hope that I don't screw up my averages of the other classifiers that I already shot prior to this?
Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. If you're finished, unload your clear. Clear hammer and holster. If you're finished, unload your clear. Clear hammer and holster. Clear, clear hammer and holster at my Cobra. Make ready.
Cobra!
If you're finished, unload your clear, clear hammer and holster.
So after that classifier match, my journey to A class ended and my journey to master began. 7 matches, 13 classifiers, 2 reshoots, and about a year and a half worth of practice with various pistols and various red dots got me there. All right, so that wraps up the 2021 USPSA season. If you want to stay tuned in 2022, please hit that little red button right there to like and subscribe. And as always, train hard so when the time comes, you can strike like a coiled cobra.